What is up, party peeps? My name is Brandon, and I'm this year's trumpet section leader for the Cowboy Pride Marching Band. Now, today we'll be going over the basics of the best instrument ever created, and of course, I'm talking about the trumpet. If you're sitting there saying trumpet isn't the best, you're lying to yourself. I'm here with my penguin, and we're gonna be talking about the trumpet. So let's get this started. Now, cases usually come in two different forms. They either have a zipper, like mine, or they have latches. And to open them, it's really simple. All you gotta do is, if you have a zipper, you just unzip, and you have the trumpet. And if you have latches, all you have to do is open the latches up, unlock it, and then you can just open the case up. And when you can open the case, you can see, I'll zoom in, the magnificent trumpet in all of its glory. And my case is pretty simple. There's lots of variety of cases, but usually you have the actual trumpet, the mouthpiece, which is right over here, and mine comes with a bottle of valve oil. This one's empty. I just leave it there for decoration. But yeah. Now, one thing, super quick thing to remember about cases is that you want to make sure that your case is facing up. If I were to flip my case like this and try to open it, the whole trumpet would fall out of the case, and that could potentially damage it. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that your case is facing up. Usually there's some type of indicator that says, hey, this side is up. For me, it's this big lump. This is my mute. But usually there's some type of logo or something that indicates this side is up. But yeah, when you open your case, you have your trumpet, the mouthpiece, and yeah. Now, to actually hold your trumpet, it's pretty simple. You take your right hand and you get your pinky, and you want to put your pinky through this ring. And then your first three fingers naturally go on the valves, and your thumb goes on the lead pipe, so it's just kind of chilling there. So that's how you would take the trumpet out of the case. Now, for your left hand, you take your left hand, and the easiest way to make sure you're correctly holding the trumpet is to take your left hand and put your ring finger of your left hand through the ring, like so. See, this is my ring finger, putting it through the ring, and then your other fingers naturally fall into place. Your thumb goes where the first valve slide is, right over there. Your index and middle finger hugs the third valve casing. Your ring finger is through the ring, and then your pinky is kind of just hugging the ring, like so. This is the most optimal grip because it's the most comfortable and simplest, and it reduces any kind of strain you feel in the wrist. You don't want to hold your trumpet like this or anything. This is really uncomfortable. You might see some YouTube videos of people like with really weird grips, like playing it upside down, but no. Just gotta, this is the most optimal grip. It's the most comfortable, most relaxed. Just remember that your ring goes through the ring finger, and everything else just kind of falls into place. Now go back to your right hand, and the grip for your right hand is mostly the same, but with few differences. Instead of your pinky going through the ring, you want to make sure your pinky goes on top of it, like that. And then your first three fingers go on the valves, and then instead of your thumb going on the lead pipe like this, you want to make sure that with your right hand you make the letter C, as in cookie, and then your thumb goes in between the first and second valve casing. And then you can see that my right hand makes the letter C. This is so that our right hand is the most relaxed it can be. So then it helps us push down the valves faster and easier. And this is especially important for faster passages when there's a lot of 16th notes. You want to make sure you can push the valves down as fast as you can. And then about going back to the pinky, you want your pinky on top of the ring instead of inside of it, because your pinky and ring finger are connected. So if I try to move one, the other one wants to move too. So if you put it inside, it kind of restricts it when you're pushing down the valves. But if you put it on top, it's more free, so you can push down the valves with lightning speed, like be supersonic, faster than the speed of light. And one quick thing about valves, you don't want to press down your valves like this, like this. Some people do this. That's actually way more work and effort if instead of going like this, going up and down, pushing your valves up and down, it's way easier to do than going like this. So make sure that you push down your valves straight up and down. This is way easier and way more comfortable than going like this. This is like, ugh, way easier like this. Just a few more quick things about this grip. This grip makes it really easy to kick out our slides when we need to. Some notes on the trumpet are naturally out of tune, like anything with the 1-3 or 1-2-3 finger combination is really sharp. So whenever we play anything with 1-3 or 1-2-3, you want to make sure that kick out this third valve slide. It's super important to make sure it's not super sharp. It's like a mini trombone. You can go like, but yeah, you want to make sure that you kick out that third valve slide whenever you play anything with 1-3 or 1-2-3. And then it also helps, some notes are out of tune, like 1-2-1 or 1-2. So this first valve slide can also help with tuning. And one quick thing about valves, you don't want to lift your fingers whenever you're pushing down the valves. This is like way more effort than if you kept your valves, if you kept your fingers on the valve. So like I'm not lifting my fingers. As if I try to do that, this is like way more work than it has to be. Like, it's way harder to do than just going like this. Keep your fingers on the valves. You don't want to lift. You want to keep them close to the valves. That will help increase your speed, and it's just way easier to do than going like this anytime you push on the valves. So now that we got that grip going, let's actually talk about how to assemble the trumpet. So if you go back to your case, you can see the mouthpiece. And what you do is you take the mouthpiece, grab it. Whenever we play on the mouthpiece, you want to make sure you hold it with just your index and thumb. This reduces any kind of pressure as opposed to holding it like this. This is like very forceful. You don't want to do that. That creates bad habits. You just want to hold it like this. And then take your mouthpiece and then put it through the lead pipe / the shank, like so. And then most importantly, gotta give it quarter twist. That's the most important part. You always gotta remember that you gotta insert it and then give it a quarter twist. You don't need to like smash the mouthpiece into it. You don't need to go like, you don't need like a drill hammer or anything to put it in. You just gotta put it in gently, give it a quarter twist. And this quarter twist helps to make sure that your trumpet won't randomly fall when you're like moving your trumpet or anything. Because if I just put my mouthpiece like this and don't give it a quarter twist, this is what happens. Saw that? It fell. You don't want that happening. That's why it's super important to get that quarter twist going. And then if I try to do the same, this mouthpiece ain't flying anywhere. Now as you can see, assembling the trumpet, super simple. It's not like a woodwind, like a clarinet or a flute that you have to like combine all these tiny little pieces like it's a Lego puzzle every single time you want to play. All you have to do is get the mouthpiece, put it in through the lead pipe, quarter twist. That's what makes the trumpet too good. So whenever you want to set down the trumpet, the biggest thing you have to remember is that this second valve slide, it's right here, is always facing up. You never ever want this second valve slide to be facing down, because that could damage the slide and then it could get stuck, and that causes problems with your second valve, and that just becomes a big mess. So you don't want to do that. So just remember that this second valve slide is always facing up. What you do is you hold the trumpet like you took it out of the case, and then you just gently set it down on the ground like that. And as you can see, my second valve slide is facing up. It's not like this. This is a big no-no. Don't do this. It's like this. You can see that the second valve slide is facing up. If you set down your trumpet with your second valve slide facing down, the spirits of Arbin and Clark will haunt you for the rest of your trumpet playing career. And I mean that. I've seen them personally. It's pretty spooky, man. You don't want to do it. And also, this sounds pretty obvious, but never set your trumpet down facing straight down. This damages the bell. You'd be surprised. I went to honor band auditions where people would set down their trumpet like this, and it was very painful to see. Of all places, honor band auditions where people are setting down their trumpet on the floor like this. Don't do that. That's just damages the bell. You don't want to do that. But not too crazy. And then when you want to pick it back up, you just grab it like you took it out of the case. So you get your pinky through the ring, hold it, pick it back up, and then go with the proper grip. Get your right hand, make that C, and yee. Now I'll briefly go over the main parts of the trumpet. You have, of course, the mouthpiece, the shank / the lead pipe. This is where the main tuning slide is, which is where you adjust your tuning. The tuning can be talked about some other time. You have your first valve slide, second valve slide, and third valve slide. First and third valve slide helps with tuning specific notes, because not all notes on our trumpet are naturally in tune. Some are just out of tune. Of course, you have your valves and your water keys, which can always get a quick drink of water whenever you're low on water. Just kidding, don't do that. It's really gross. This is where your spit goes after you play. But so after you're done playing those triple, double C's and all those crazy high notes like a pro trumpet player, to put away the trumpet, all you have to do is unquarter twist the mouthpiece, put the mouthpiece back in its case where it's supposed to go. You don't want to put the mouthpiece like where the trumpet's supposed to go. And then you take your trumpet and then put it back in the case. And then you close the case, zip it, latch it if you have a latch case, and you're good to go. And there you have it, some of the basic things about the best instrument ever created, the trumpet.